Good morning, everybody. It is an honor and a pleasure to kick off this second edition of the International Conference Energy and Meteorology, ICEM, in front of this distinguished audience. I'm the convener and the chair of this session, and this is the opening session where we have high-level speakers from Meteor France, ADF, WMO, and NREL, and it's a pleasure to have these distinguished speakers with us. Before I start, please allow me to say a few words as convener. Oh yes, when I told my daughter that I was going to give a presentation here at the conference, and she had been to the first one, she said, "Dad, can I draw a picture of yourself giving the talk?" And I said, "Well, yes, do so, please." So off she went, and after a while she came back and said, "Dad, do you like the picture?" I said, "Yes, perhaps you could have put a bit of hair there." Not a half match, but it would have been nicer. "So, Dad, do you think you can show this picture to the conference?" I said, "Oh, well, I said, "Come on, Dad." I said, "Oh, well, yes, that's fine. So sorry you have to put up with this picture of a 5-year-old, but yeah, it's a pleasure for me to show talent, at least in our house." Anyway, just a brief background about energy and meteorology. This is a bit biased view, partly and mostly because I'm lacking knowledge on some of the activities that have gone on over time. And I was speaking with Richard Mayer yesterday, and he told me that there was the first meteorology session at Solar Paces in 2004. I think I'm correct there, but there were only 4 or 5 papers. And then I think over time, they started some meteorology sessions at the American Wind Energy Association, in European Wind Energy Association, PVSEC, Solar Paces, again, other similar conferences, industry conferences. And then in 2008, we organized a workshop international workshop on this issue of weather and climate risk management, which is basically what energy meteorology is about. And we published the book. And then after that, they started the first American Meteorological Society conference on weather and climate and the new energy economy. In 2009, the first European Meteorological Society energy meteorology session, the first German symposium on energy meteorology. And from then on, there's been, there's a lot of activity in this area. And as far as I can see, it's only growing. And then in 2011, we had the first ICEM in Australia, and 2 years later, here we are, and in between there have been so many activities at national, international level. So I think we are in a good shape, and as I said, I can see only growth in front of us, so that's good. And that growth is actually reflecting what's happening in the global environment, and you will have seen this picture so many times from the International Energy Agency, and basically it just shows that energy demand is just growing with time, and the expectation is that it will keep growing. So that's one point. The other point is that the share of renewables is still pretty small, but it's increasing, so we'll have a sizable share by 2035, according to this estimate. And so, yeah, there are 2 points that play in our favor in terms of activities we do and in support of the energy industry. And of course, all this is just driven by the population that is growing. It will keep growing in different ways in different places, but despite the energy efficiency introduced in various places, the demand for energy will keep growing. And the more important thing, actually, is that for various factors, the number of disasters that are happening worldwide due to weather events is increasing. It's increasing quite dramatically, as you can see here. from the 70s to 2010, we've had quite a large increase, especially in disasters due to storm and floods. But of course, this is not just for energy, but energy as a primary societal sector is affected too. And it's not only affected in sectors like renewable energy with hydropower, wind, PV, photovoltaic, and concentrating solar power, biomass, biofuels, so the kind of major renewable sector, but actually even the more traditional energy sectors are affected by, and traditionally they've been aware of the risks that weather and climate brings to the operations and the planning, also the of various sectors like coal, and like in this case, the mining of coal was very much affected by the flooding in Australia 2 years ago, and similarly, exploration is affected by weather conditions, and oil operations at sea very much so, as we all know from various disasters as well that have happened in the Gulf, for example. So to bring all this together, we're here to discuss at ICEM 2013 what we could do to better support the energy industry. So in a nutshell, this is, I guess, what we're here for. And ultimately, what we want to achieve, and it's something that we already seen yesterday with the pre-conference seminar, and will be the leitmotif of the conference, is this strengthened links between the energy industry and the weather and climate community. So hopefully, through the discussions we're going to have, presentations and panel sessions, we'll be able to come up by the end of the week with some framework that will help us to see what we can how we can organize the community in order to better support the energy industry. And I just want to leave you with this image, just to look at a bit of motivation and maybe some reflection about how far we moved from the old use of wind energy some centuries ago, and what we may be heading for on the right, although maybe that's already history, I don't know. So the sky is the limit now with, in terms of how meteorology can assist the energy industry in providing energy to society and the increasing supply that is needed. And with that, I will leave you and thank you for your attention.